They say the secret to New York pizza is in the water. Well, as an Italian chef who spent 20 years making pizza in the Big Apple, I can tell you, it's a bit more complicated than that. Today, I'm going to show you how to make the most authentic New York-style pizza you've ever tasted right in your own kitchen. No NYC tap water required. Well, mostly. First, let's talk about what makes New York pizza different from its Italian ancestors. New York pizza evolved from Neapolitan pizza, but adapted to American tastes and ingredients. It's characterized by a thin, hand-tossed crust that's crispy on the outside but soft and foldable on the inside, perfect for the on-the-go New Yorker. Here's what you'll need for an authentic New York pizza dough. 3½ cups bread flour, 1 tablespoon sugar, 2 teaspoons kosher salt, 1 teaspoon instant yeast, 1½ cups cold water, and 2 tablespoons olive oil. Don't forget the cornmeal for dusting, and for the classic New York pizza sauce and toppings, 1 can of San Marzano whole tomatoes, 2 tablespoons olive oil, 2 cloves garlic, minced, 1 teaspoon dried oregano, ½ teaspoon salt, and a pinch of red pepper flakes. For the cheese, use low-moisture whole milk mozzarella, shredded, not fresh. You'll also need grated pecorino romano cheese and fresh basil leaves if you like. And of course, your choice of toppings. Pepperoni is traditional. Now for our first fun fact. Did you know that New York pizza dough typically ferments for at least 24 hours? This slow fermentation is crucial for developing that distinctive flavor and texture. Mix your dry ingredients first, then slowly add cold water. Yes, cold water, not warm. Another secret of New York pizza is using cold water and letting the dough rise slowly in the refrigerator. This develops better flavor and gluten structure. Knead this dough until it's smooth and elastic, about 10 minutes by hand or 5 minutes in a stand mixer. Then divide it into 2 bowls. Place them in separate oiled containers and refrigerate for at least 24 hours or up to 72 hours for maximum flavor. While our dough was resting, I made another batch yesterday so we can continue. Now let's make our sauce. Fun fact number 2. Traditional New York pizza sauce is actually uncooked. The sauce cooks only when the pizza bakes, giving it that fresh, bright tomato flavor. San Marzano tomatoes are key here. Just crush them by hand, add a little olive oil, minced garlic, dried oregano, salt, and a pinch of red pepper flakes. Mix it up and your sauce is done. Simple, right? The best Italian cooking is about letting quality ingredients speak for themselves. Now for the most technical part, shaping the dough. Take your dough out of the refrigerator about 2 hours before you plan to bake to let it come to room temperature. The New York pizza technique is all about hand stretching, not rolling. Watch how I use my knuckles to stretch the dough from the center outward, rotating as I go. The center should be thin, but we want a nice puffy edge, what we call the cornizione in Italian. That's more for show, but it does help stretch the dough evenly. Here's fun fact number 3. The first pizzeria in America was opened in 1905 by Gennaro Lombardi in Little Italy, Manhattan. His pizza-making license cost just $200 back then. Always use cornmeal on your pizza peel. It acts like little ball bearings to help slide the pizza into the oven. Less is more with the sauce. Spread it in a spiral, leaving a ½ border for the crust. For authentic New York pizza, use low-moisture whole milk mozzarella, not fresh mozzarella. Shred it yourself rather than buying pre-shredded, which contains anti-caking agents that prevent proper melting. A light dusting of pecorino romano adds that classic New York pizza parlor flavor. And if you're adding pepperoni, now's the time. Here comes the challenge for home cooks. New York pizzerias use deck ovens that reach 700 to 800 degrees Fahrenheit. At home, we need to get as hot as possible. Preheat your oven to its maximum temperature, usually 500 to 550 degrees, with a pizza stone or steel inside for at least an hour. The stone helps mimic the deck ovens used in pizzerias. Bake for about 8 to 10 minutes until the crust is golden and the cheese is bubbly and slightly browned. Fun fact number 4. New Yorkers fold their pizza not just because it's convenient, but because the distinctive fold actually helps strengthen the structural integrity of the slice. Always cut New York pizza into triangular slices, never squares, and make them big enough to fold. Perfect. Crispy yet foldable with that classic New York flavor. The smell takes me right back to my first days in New York. And our final fun fact. There are approximately 2,000 pizzerias in New York City alone, selling around 250,000 slices every day. That's enough to feed the entire population of Orlando, Florida. Now it's your turn to bring a slice of the Big Apple to your kitchen. Remember, authentic New York pizza isn't complicated. It's about simple ingredients, proper technique, and patience. Buon appetito! Oh, and about that water myth? While New York water does have unique mineral properties that might affect the dough, the real secret is in the technique and tradition passed down through generations of pizza makers. But if you want to go all out for authenticity, you could always order some New York tap water online. Yes, they actually sell that. Arrivederci e buon appetito!